I'm Georgina Harding. We are sitting in the garden at Old Hall Farm, and I've lived here for about 20 years and I've been a writer here for about 10 years. I went to Romania in 1988. I didn't know what to expect, and no journalists had been there. We didn't know what a terrible place it was or what was going on. The cities were hideous and really rather frightening and very much Cold War. And the landscape in the mountains was almost untouched by the 20th century. People were, in theory, not allowed to talk to foreigners, but the peasant people were incredibly hospitable. So I just fell in love with the place, I suppose. Painter of Silence, I realised there was a period from just before the Second World War. You had a historical move from near-feudalism into sort of Stalinist communism. And it was a very intense and tragic and interesting time. And I wanted to write that story. Augustin, who's the hero of my book, who's a boy who's born deaf, and he never learns any form of speech, but he learns instead to draw. I love Romania very much, but I'm obviously very much an outsider there. He was an ideal way for me to go into Romania through an outsider's eyes. In the ideal world, I would spend some time here in the countryside, all on my own, and that gets an idea moving. But then I find I tend to get becalmed, and I spend some time in London and it wakes me up. Perhaps I'm a restless person anyway, but if I was here all the time, I think I'd get stuck.